Good morning, friends. I'm putting this video together, especially for my Facebook friends, to share with you some wonderful doors the Lord has opened up to me in these last few months. As you know, I have been contemplating trying to start some type of Bible training ministry. And up until about 4 months ago, that door was closed, and I just about gave up the whole idea of doing this. But just about the time when I thought it might be a lost cause, a gentleman from Africa contacted me. He was a leader among many pastors there, and asked if I could conduct a discipleship ministry for pastors. Imagine that. And so I began with about a handful of people, and now my group has grown to about 20. And what I'm doing in this group is I'm sharing with them how to disciple those who are under them. The purpose of the group is to equip the saints to do the ministry using 2 Timothy 2:2 as my guideline, and the things that you have heard of me among many witnesses, the same commit thou to faithful men who shall be able to teach others also. So my goal for this discipleship ministry is not to preach a bunch of sermons, but provide to each of these members information and teachings and books and things they can share with their groups. In other words, the message I'm teaching them are transferable to them and to other men they want to train as well. So this is going very well. I don't know how many are following through on all the instructions and information I'm given to them, but I know a few of them are. And that's all that really matters. Recently, I'm completing my last series of messages from Martin Lloyd-Jones' book on preachers and preaching. And this is one of the classic books for pastors that I think every pastor at least should read this book at least once a year. Since I've purchased the book, I have read it at least 5 times. And in the process of teaching it now, I'm reading it another 3 times. One is to inform myself of what's going on. And second of all, because I'm transferring it from some writings, there's some editing I have to do as I put them into audios. So I'm actually reading it 3 more times as I'm presenting to others, and I'm getting the full benefit of all of it. And one of the good things is that as I examine myself in these ministries, I've received some good news, because I noticed that most of these things he's given to us, I have already been employing in my own ministry. So it's really refreshing to know that I'm still on target. So, but what I want to do, I'm interested in starting this discipleship ministry in both my Facebook groups. I have 2 Facebook groups. One of them I have this discipleship ministry, and the other one I'm beginning to start in the other. So I'm putting this message together to let you know what I'm doing, and I'm going to be sending you invitations to be part of these ministries. Now, there are 3 other ministries I'm involved in, and I have I have 1 Google group plus 2 more Facebook groups. One is an actual Bible teaching. It started out as a Sunday school class, but has wound up being a regular Bible study that I've been conducting for this group. And that one of these groups on Facebook has grown from I started with 9 a couple of years ago, and right now I'm up to 59, I believe, members in that one group. So both of these groups are growing quite well. So I want you to know what's happening here, and I'll send you an invitation to all of these. There are 2 other groups, excuse me. Uh, Felt that coming on. There are 2 other groups. One is called an audio library. And in that library, I'm making that a resource. At present, I'm completing Martin Lloyd-Jones' book on the Sermon on the Mount in audios. And I'm also conducting a series of messages from Kuyper's book on church history. So I'm putting all of these, sharing all of these from my own personal audio library, which I have for myself. I have to do everything on audio because of my failing eyesight. So from my audio library, I'm able to share that to others as well. So right now I'm doing the church history and just about completing the Sermon on the Mount. And another book I want to share, I'm going to be sharing preachers and preaching. I'm doing that in my other groups, but I'm going to put it in my audio library as well. But one other book I want to share with you that I found to be so beneficial in my life is a book called None of These Diseases. Now, when I share that book with you, you'll see the benefit and the blessings involved in sharing it. Now, I'll be 88 years old in November, and I have all these projects the Lord has opened up for me to do, and I'm trying to be faithful in getting them all done and teaching them on a weekly basis. But as you can see, I don't know how many more years I have left to do all these things. Seems like the Lord's giving me some new doors all the time. And so I'm starting new things. I just started a series of messages on uh, loving the Word of God. And it seems like I'm putting video messages on these every day. So I can say, Lord, please stop. But I'm enjoying it so much, and the Lord has enabled me. For years, I preached using notes and outlines and stuff like that. But now I'm learning how to do everything extemporaneously, and I'm really having a great time doing it. I had to put as much preparation for these as I do the others, but it's a new ministry that God has opened up that I'm all excited about. So I want to introduce you to these 3. I also have a book on a group on biblical prophecy. Now I've shared with these groups my books on Daniel and Revelation, but now I'm teaching Revelation extemporaneously, and I'm saying things on Revelation that I never put in my books because I'm learning new things. So so I have these 3 groups. I'm starting another one in my other group on effective or practical discipleship training ministries. And those of you in my Facebook, I'll be sending invitations for you as well. Now, it's exciting. I don't have to have a lot of people in my groups. I'm not concerned about that. But the more people who know about it, the more will benefit through these ministries. They are a great blessing to me. To me, myself, I'm sharing with you books from my libraries I have already read myself. And as I present them and put them in audio messages, I'm reading them 2 or 3 more times. So I'm getting the most benefit from all of this. But like I say, the ministry ought to be something that we overflow to people. And I'm excited about the possibility in my discipleship ministries. I'm beginning to share messages on how to teach the Bible. So what I'm doing right now, I'm doing a series on how to study the Bible, going through the New Testament as a survey type. But I have in the Old Testament put together a series of Bible studies on all the books of the Old Testament, along with discussion questions. So I'll be sharing some of these as part of this Bible training ministry. So I put this together today to let you know what's going on in these groups. I hope that you will choose to be part of them. I think you will receive a blessing by doing so, not because I have anything to share, but God has so blessed my own life. Like I say, I'll be 88 in November. I'm in good health, except for my weight, and I'm working on that now. I'm about 17 pounds more than what I should be. When I was down 180 pounds, I never had any pain in my back or my legs, and I could walk 3 or 4 miles a day. I can't do that right now. So the other project I'm working now is taking off the weight. In the past week, I've been able to lose 6 pounds. So that's another project I'm working on personally. And as long as I keep myself healthy and I keep myself employed in teaching and meditating on the Word of God, I believe God will extend my life to the point where I can get all these things finished. Right now, I'm starting 2 new studies. There's one down the road I hope to do, but right now I'm starting a study in the book of First Corinthians, which I wanted to do as I read through these books. And the other book is the book of Ezekiel. I've done all the major prophets so far, but Ezekiel has been quite a challenge. So since I was able to complete the book of Isaiah with God's help, there's no reason why he won't help me do Ezekiel as well. So I'm in the process of putting these together right now, and I'll be sharing them with some of my Sunday school groups. They won't be extemporaneous messages, but they will be, as far as I'm able to, give you the written form along with the audio to go along with it. So that's the process I'm using. Another Bible study I would like to conduct someday is in the book of Ecclesiastes. I was reading through that recently and got such a blessing. I said, boy, I need to spend some more time in this book. So only the Lord knows what I'll be able to start and complete. The Lord has really blessed me. I think men like Spurgeon, he was only 56 years old when he died. One of my favorite Bible teachers, A.W. Tozer, was only 66 when he died. Martin Lloyd-Jones, he was only 81. So all these men were relatively young men when they passed on. And here I am, 88 years old, still going like a ball of fire. And I thank the Lord for the mental and the health that He has given me, and I'm able to do all these things. Most of you know me. I was your pastor at one time, and I haven't changed too much. I'm still as crazy as I've always been. And through the use of these Zoom messages, you're able to see me in the flesh and hear how I have either deteriorated or improved. I don't know which. Well, thank you for paying attention. I hope that this could be a means of helping you to be part of some exciting ministries I've started on Facebook. And I'm in a process of starting a new discipleship ministries in my other Facebook, exactly like I have on the one. I have all these messages all prepared to share. So if somebody joins, I'll begin right away in sharing what I have. They'll grow as people are interested and understand what's going on. More people are being interested in growing and being part of these groups. So I'm excited because God is adding to the groups daily as those who are interested. Well, thank you for paying attention and listening. I will be getting back to you shortly. Thank you for paying attention. See you later.